put a limiter on it or anything? Or just...
I do sometimes.
Mhm.
Actually, man, even some of the YouTube videos and stuff now,
Yeah.
some of the editing that you can do straight on the YouTube studios is. I just found this thing last night where one of my things got demonetized because there was another song, somebody's song in the back.
Okay.
And they're like, "Do you want to just erase the song and keep the vocals?"
What?
And I was like, "Huh?" Boom.
Yes, please.
Done. And it was,
Oh,
I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I was like,
but you got to remonetize.
I was like, that's crazy, you know?
That's wild.
Yeah. So
I've been fighting to like get the artist like the little thing on my channel because I tried through DistroKid like over a year ago, and then now finally, my buddy Andrew, I distribute through Velveteen.
Oh,
AI.
word.
So they're great.
How have you been finding? Sorry.
It's been all right.
Oh, that's sick.
We can even talk about it on whatever. But Andrew just helped me personally reapply to get my artist badge for YouTube. So it has like a little, I don't know. I think it changes the algorithm a little bit more. I think for on behalf of artists a little bit. Like
I think so, because then I think you start to get the little like printout of like your stats and stuff a little bit better too.
It's kind of like artists for Spotify kind of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
So I'm like, why am I not? And it's like, because like right now it says like copyright for all. I'm like, I own these songs. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh yeah, bro. Because I even had to go on I was using TuneCore. I still use TuneCore, and I just disabled it from my YouTube channel. I just use my YouTube as its own separate thing.
Okay.
And then on every other platform, I collect through like.
You deselect YouTube. Basically.
Yeah.
It's not going to do damage really on your overall income, right? If it's not like, unless you have a massive video.
Exactly. But it just collects through my YouTube monetization.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, cool.
And that's why I took it out, because there was things where it was like I was getting copywritten from my own.
Yeah, for your own tracks. I was just
like, this is getting too crazy.
You want to make a remix? You're like, I own this. I can do a remix or whatever.
For sure.
Yeah. Crazy.
All right, Doug. Well,
cool.
so
I should just hold it, kind of like this.
Yeah, just hold. Okay. It's super sensitive. So as long as you're not bringing it up,
keep it away.
It's.
I can kind of have it down here.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Well, thanks for coming through. We used to do this whole thing where I used to do this big intro, but now I like to just jump into the conversation, and it seems to be doing better for the retention time too. People seem to like just catch right into it. But just to introduce you real quick, this is Justin Wiesinger, right?
Wiesinger.
Yes, dog. That's always.
Everybody gets it wrong.
I know. And I was like, I
got a check for a sponsorship. I'm like, you guys wrote the check wrong. Just today, it like almost got delayed. I'm like, guys, like, please.
Oh, bro. And especially because your artist name is just Wiesinger, right?
Yeah.
Do you find that people have issues with that?
Then I got thinking afterwards. I'm like, wait, like, what if I like am missing out on fans? They want to look me up. They just keep writing WEI, and I'm like, damn.
Because I know I spell it wrong all the time when I go through your channel through my channel.
Oh no! So it is a thing. So,
it's what happens.
It is what it is.
So Justin, man, this guy, multi-talented dude, pop artist, videographer, author.
I tried rapping this week.
I'm telling you, he does it all. He does it all, this guy. So super cool. He hit me up this morning. We had a nice conversation. I was trying to think actually this morning after we got off the phone call. I was like, when did we meet?
I think it was at the studio with Martin Kurz, like his previous project with Velveteen.
Did we?
I might have been filming, or I had my assistant film, but it was something through Martin Kurz. Like I had a show for one of his shows.
That makes
it was one of his shows. I think was the first. Maybe Anthony introduced us for the first time.
Because I couldn't remember the exact. Because then after that we saw each other. I came and did that shoot with. You did at Production World.
Right.
I can't even remember who that was for either.
Oh, that was my team that worked on that. Me and like my buddy Kyle Tiernan.
Oh yeah, that was
crazy. Like for Halson.
Oh, that's right.
That was kind of when we actually like formally like they booked you, but I was like, yeah, that'd be sick to get JusJrdn, and then we're like, hey dude, you're sick, and kind of started to like make a connection that we were
Yeah, and then we've done some tracks together. We've hung out.
You got the sauna at our place.
Oh yeah, bro.
You got to come back.
That's right. Your sauna is crazy. How could I forget it, bro? Your sauna, this dude's sauna. It's like
so good.
it's the wood barrel. It's like
it's like entering Hobbiton kind of.
Your whole. Do you guys still run that Airbnb?
Yeah, we do. We're like booked solid. Like we had 2 free days in the last the rest of the summer open. So it's just like
damn, bro.
And I help my wife clean it. So I listen to podcasts, listen to like what went wrong, like movie stuff, history. Sick. So that's my favorite podcast. Listen to yours a bit. Listen to practice my set. I'm just practicing for Taste of Edmonton today and keeping the windows open. But it's been jammed. So I usually do the cleaning on the days my wife works from home, who also drums in her band.
Yeah, which is also crazy, bro. So there's so much for us to talk about, and I made a couple points, but I was like, bro, there's so much. We haven't seen each other in a little while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
But let's talk about you got a show coming up on Friday. If you're watching this, which most people watch it right on the Wednesday, at the Taste of Edmonton.
Yeah, so I want to say, to be honest, when you're opening for somebody, how many hours away? Because it's the day Classified plays, and I was joking with Anthony. He's like, you can't say you're opening if it's like a 6-hour difference, right? Because he's on at 8:30, we're on at 1:15. I'm like, if it was 4:15, I'd be like, we're opening for Classified. But it's in that gray area,
That's Classified is playing that night, though?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I was kind of hoping, like, make it rain and make us on at 4:30, and then we're like, we're opening for Classified. But,
coming from the rap world where they put, like, I've been on the bill with like 20 people, and we're all openers. So in my world, you opening, bro.
It's the same day, it's the same 12 hours kind of thing. So.
Absolutely. Same event day anyways.
Same event day. So you'd say it's okay to say you're open for Classified.
100,
bro. We're opening for Classified.
Woo! Sick. That's
Inner Ninja. He probably hates that when people are like, I know you, Inner Ninja. And he's like, I have other songs.
I was actually watching him.
Do you have other songs?
I was watching him talk about that song. Because it was so big in Canada, and he was talking about how
it was the year like Now Radio started, I think, right? That was just like their jam. Like I think it was around that time, but they jammed that so much. My gosh!
But the thing was that song was so big here, but not anywhere else.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's weird.
And that doesn't do anything for your career.
And it's like, damn, that's so wild. I remember when I was taking that how's that program called? Canadian Music Incubator program.
Oh, Incubate, yeah.
And I believe it's the manager of Classified was talking about Classified specifically and how this dude rarely tours and he makes most of his money from his sync, and I guess he owns hella real estate.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah, and I was like,
that's like Vanilla Ice. He's a real estate guy now.
That's so
I've seen a lot. I was looking up weird TikTok stuff, and there was a conspiracy. He's like, if you bury your relative in the U.S., if you bury your relative on your land, all the liens and levies on the property are erased. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, coming from Vanilla Ice, I'm like, dropping facts, man.
That's a weird fact.
That's my one weird fact for the week. That's it.
You know what? Actually, talking about weird facts, especially with rappers, a weird fact I recently learned about MC Hammer was, he was a hardcore gangster.
What?
Yeah, dog. I guess he was like, I watched this thing. He was like he would be like, "Don't come to my city. I'll have someone get you."
Like while he was MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Not even previous life.
Not same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same.
And I was like, that was one thing that I was like, I've been telling everyone, bro. I've been telling everyone this fact, dog, because I was just like, the dude can't touch this. Well, can't touch this, I guess.
Yeah, you can't touch this, but you literally can't touch this. I will shoot you.
Oh yeah,
get my boys.
Oh my god.
I don't know why. Ever since I've so I thrifted a Vanilla Ice shirt for $3. It fit me perfectly, extra large. Like it's with him. I should have worn it. It's like his face, like with the earrings on, hanging down. Ice baby, Vanilla Ice. I'm like I wasn't even gonna stop at this. I live closer to Barhead, so I wasn't even going to stop, but it just started at noon. It was like 12:01. I'm like, there's going to be that one find. I love thrifting. So I found that, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Damn.
And ever since that, he's been on my For You page like every day. I'm like, what the heck? Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. Taking over, bro. That's
people are requesting it, DJing. Like, play some Vanilla Ice. I'm like, well, I'm getting to it. Hang on.
Yeah, so that's actually a good leeway into, bro, you do so many things. So how do you, it's like I see you on IG. Sometimes you guys are playing. Sometimes you DJing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you driving the bus. I'm like, well, you seem to be doing all kinds of shit all the time,
so
bro.
we kind of like, I like to call it a portfolio life, right? So it's not just like, if I get too invested in one thing, I'll like get bored or sick of it and then just drop it. So I try to like, I don't know. A portfolio is kind of like, I do a lot of stuff well, but I keep loving all those things because it's like they're all kind of like hobbies. They're not like, I'm not tied to like one thing fully ripping and taking off. I just kind of like able to enjoy all those things a lot. So like with music, I found it incorporated my other skill sets like video production, like networking, like comedy, like stage banter on the stage, like building a team, building a band, or building, like doing like youth workshops for music mentorship. So like music is kind of like the backbone of what I do because everything kind of fits in somewhere into that context, if that makes sense. And I'm still learning what like to have a music business really means, right? But right now I put out a song almost every month for the last 2.5 years for the most part, and we've got an EP of cover songs. It's called Throwback to Covers that drops later this fall. Yeah. And then our third record, we dropped the EP for it, but the third record will be done hopefully later this fall, winter too. So
damn, bro, damn, I like that, a portfolio lifestyle, bro. That's so interesting. So if you were like, what's the motivation moving forward? Like, if you could, like, what would you ideally like to achieve with all of that?
Yeah, one of my favorite parts of music has been collaborating. So I think one of the next goals would be to not that the end goal would be like a publishing deal, but to like work with a publisher where I could be like definitely collaboratively writing for other artists. Like I couldn't just be like, tell them, be like, hey, write a song. Here's a brief for this pitch or whatever. Write a song. That's fast. This vibe, pop rock about this. Like I could do that for sure. But if I could be with the artist and bring like on a Zoom call or in person and like do lots of co-writing, I get so much, like I can almost feel the person's soul and what they're trying to say without them even knowing what they're going to say. So I kind of find like I get almost like spontaneous creativity that's almost like a little bit psychotic, where I can just get to ideas really quickly and have a lot of confidence behind those ideas to like keep it like, this is it, and kind of have that like stickiness where you're like, the ideas come quick, but also like you can get things done quick because you're excited about it. Yeah. And I think the big thing for me is like keeping enthusiasm and staying excited is like, for me, like just enough to be even being in the studio with Conch, once a week or every 2 weeks kind of thing. That like coming to like a really sick song in a couple hours, or like having a sick demo that I start on in Logic and then bring it to him and have him knock it out of the park. Seeing that repetition of like from idea to excellent product is like such an addicting. Do you find that? Like, you get an idea and you're like, I can like, it's almost like you're driving in your car and you want a cheeseburger and you can almost like your mouth starts to salivate and you're like, oh, I can taste the cheeseburger in a silly kind of simple manifesting kind of way. But when it becomes such a repetitive practice, like kind of what I wanted to do the last couple of years is like make, I don't know, what do you call it? Good songwriting. Make like excellent songwriting like a habit where it's like, you if you show up to the studio, something sick is going to happen because you show up regularly, so you got to do it regularly. But it's like then it becomes so natural, it becomes unnatural to not go to the studio and pop out some bangers and stuff. So
that's so, because I was just all of that. Actually, I was just watching this interview with Billy Joel. Mm-hmm. Incredible songwriter, one of my favorites. Arguably one of the greatest songwriters of all time. And he was talking about, because he just recently put out some music, and he was talking about this huge break he took from writing songs, still performing songs, but writing songs. And he was saying that he was chasing, because he has such a high standard for himself, for his songwriting, that it was driving him crazy.
Oh, wow.
That he was so obsessed with writing a better song and a better song that he was never satisfied.
Oh,
he was
interesting.
Drinking, he was neglecting his family.
Oh, geez. He was just so
obsessed with the one goal. And I mean, I couldn't even imagine having the caliber of songs that he already has.
Yeah.
And then being like,
that's not enough. Right?
I gotta write something better. It's like, oh my God, what an upset. But I feel what you're saying, because
Yeah.
it's like that's what keeps me motivated for writing more songs. Stuff is gonna
Oh,
turn off and on
no
the
worries at
whole
all.
time. It's what keeps the
Popcorn break.
It's what keeps the podcast charming.
That's right. You just don't want the ambulance sirens to start going, whoa, what's going on here?
It's like, whoa, bro.
Whoa. Or like strobe effect or something.
Or it could just get more intense.
Yeah.
But that's always my idea of writing a better song. It's just like, it's not even about this song or the next song. It's about just improving that skill set of being a songwriter.
That's funny you say that, like a better song, because I think we all, like, you're like, what's your main goal? It's like, I want to write a song better than I did yesterday or last year, or like, I want the next album to crush it and be better. But I think I've changed my mindset for writing better songs to like, I would rather release music that I'm scared to release than like music I know it's going to be like well received by everybody, if that makes sense. Like, not like a better song, but like a more honest song.
I totally understand what
you're like that. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I've realized like my paradigm gauge, my litmus test for like writing that better song is like writing a song I'd be scared to release 6 months ago, a year ago, because I was too concerned what people thought.
Yeah.
Or I'd be scared to promote it, or scared to be like, well, this is what I'm going through. Because like, I think, we can't, like, I think the best song any songwriter can write at the given time is the most honest representation of what their soul, what they're going through, and how that, like, whether it's a good thing or a negative thing. Like, I actually, this song I'm working on, it's done pretty much. It's called Analogical, and I can show you a bit later. But I had it all written. I was actually going to clean our Airbnb like a month ago, and I was almost like, you ever go, you're doing like a regular activity, and you're almost like creatively, like, you're so distracted with an idea, you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, if I don't do this, I won't do that well, right? 100%. So I went into like, and I was sitting on the porch, and I'm like, yeah, I got to get my guitar. I got to just like whatever. I actually turned on a TikTok live for a little bit, and I just jammed out some acoustic tracks, and my voice was like subpar. And then out of that, I was just kind of being honest. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of lonely, so I'm going to see if anybody online, connects with this. And I think the vibe of the song was kind of like, all these things that people want to say about the way the world is, but like they're too scared to say it but when you say it, you're not lonely anymore. Or like when you hear it, you're not lonely because somebody voiced that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was saying all this shit like, sorry, you probably have to edit that.
Oh, no,
but I was saying this stuff. The first line of the song is like, all the best melodies are taken. Don't need a remake, but they make it. I'm really sick and tired. I'm really missing out on younger days when living every minute didn't feel just like the Hunger Games.
Oh.
And I have that like Bring Me the Horizon kind of edginess, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, all the best melodies are taken. Don't need a remake, but they make it. I'm like, damn. I think a lot of people would like get sucked into that world with me. Like
on it, dog.
So all the best liars are the famous. Like. All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, those are bars.
Fire up CERN and watch the battles rage, and just like, let's just go for it. I'm scared to say all this stuff, but I'm just gonna put it all in this like song about nostalgia and like going back to a time when the world wasn't so crazy divided and and just destroyed by social media and opinions and divisions, right? So
on it, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. So, and that leads me to an interesting question I have for you too. Is why pop? Out of all the genres, what's the one that made you want to? Because you're pretty diverse too. In even that track you sent me today, I was like, damn, this bangs, bro. I was like, damn. I was like, this is cringy, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're like diverse in your selection of like the pop genre, but what attracted you to that?
Yeah, I guess pop for me is like kind of one of the widest genres where you don't get criticized too much for bending the rules, and like somebody called us like genre bending band, kind of like I think Velveteen did a little video clip, and they're like the genre bending band, Wiesinger and stuff. I think it's kind of like I don't know, to say we're a pop rock, people kind of know what that means when they try to book us for a show. It's like, yeah, we play like family-friendly pop rock, but it's not so family-friendly because we talk about real stuff. Anyways, it's still like it's family-friendly in the sense that like it's clean. We actually had like an F-bomb in like an earlier song on our first album, and I'm like, it just sounded right, and I only did it because I wanted to make my mom like a little bit like upset with me for a few minutes. I'm like, that was such a bad idea. So I was like, I totally wasn't gonna do this, but I just like I'm effing lucky, like. I'm so effing lucky at the very end of the last song of the album.
That's so funny.
It's like the most wholesome record, and then the very last bar is "I'm so effing lucky." It's like
that's so funny. I got a lot. I won't repeat the line. I'll keep this podcast pretty clean.
Yeah.
But I have a line in a song. My mom's pretty. I mean, I get pretty vulgar in some of my tracks, and there was only one track I put out. Man, these are not doing well today. That's okay.
Were you charging them?
No, because they just plug in.
Oh, okay.
But I think it might just be
being a little difficult.
Too hot today, you know?
Yeah.
Everything's dying. But
if you don't know, it is, what is it, 35 Celsius now, or roughly. In here, it's like 39.
Oh, dog. I have been
just dogged out sweating.
Oh, and
that's why I brought you the hydration.
Oh, yeah, that's why I wanted to put this here too.
This is not like a paid for sponsorship or anything. No. I would never do that.
This guy comes through today with this. What
it's a hydrogen like ionizer, so it adds hydrogen gas to your water.
Man,
which is like, it makes it a super, like, it's like eating like 100 pounds of blueberries and antioxidants in one glass of the water. So
I'm excited to try it out.
So it converts your water to H3O. It adds extra hydrogen, so your body can like immediately absorb all the water, and it doesn't just go to your kidneys and liver and stuff.
That's so interesting. I wonder how that compares to mineralized water.
Yeah.
And
I guess the H3O is just the carrier for the minerals. So like if it easily kind of carries the minerals to be absorbed. So you still want to add minerals to it, but like it's just like the water's more easily absorbable than if it was just H2O kind of thing. So
what a wild.
Because if you're already sweating a ton during the day, this is my science fact, you sweat like say 40 grams of salt in a couple hours, and you only just drink a ton of water, any other minerals you have left in your body are going to be gone. Like say we're doing the show, you'll like faint because you have no ionization in your body. Like you're totally depleted. That's what dehydration is. Like you've lost your electric charge to function, right?
Word.
So yeah.
Man, look at this. You're getting schooled on art and hydro. Better on healthier people.
I used to push Kangen water machines back in the day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I think I sold one to my mom and my sister.
This guy really be out here doing.
I had the big like jug at the gym, the big dark purple like 4-liter jug, and like taking the selfies, Kangen Club, whatever, Kangen cult with K's. It was like, this is kind of like Ku Klux Klan vibes with all the K's. I'm like, this is too close to like something else.
Too much of something I'm not
too much of a good thing.
Damn, son.
Oh, it's Kangen Kingdom. That's what it was.
Oh,
I don't know if it's still around, but yeah.
Still, yeah, you're right.
It was like the age of like social media hustling online, right? Like,
oh, that's so funny. Yeah, now it's more norm to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, these lights are. Well, we're going to have a very spotty episode, but that's okay. Half the people just listen anyways.
Oh, it's fine.
Let me just also make sure this is. I also don't do any edits. Oh, still looks great.
I don't think we said anything too incriminating. It's been pretty.
I think so.
I'm always so bad at cutting people off, but I think I've like been able to calm. Like I'm forcibly calm to save energy in this weather.
Oh yeah, bro. And so, how's it been? Even because you seem to do a lot of performances outside, hey?
Yeah, this summer we haven't done much, but we have like 2 days of a rodeo in Barhead in August, so that's going to be hot. Like I think we're doing a 35-minute set. I'm kind of organizing some local bands to play for that.
Oh,
so
that's
that'll
cool.
be sick. Like I do a yearly music festival, like a 1-day thing in Barhead at the old Roxy movie theater. We got to get you out to one of those sometime. We got to get some hip hop in there.
Hey.
But we want to add a second day this coming year. But we had over 200 people come out this last year, and the first year sold out completely.
Oh my!
So like 240 people came through, and we had we had a bunch. We had 9 artists come through this last year and 8 the previous year. So
oh my god, bro!
Crazy.
And how long is the event?
So they all had 20-ish minutes. It's kind of like showcase format, like 20-minute sets.
Cool.
Yeah, like one guy had 15, then everybody else had 20. So, but I want to break it up. Like it was a good mix of folk and like pop, folk, like country rock and stuff.
Oh,
and
cool.
Like Eric Kane came out, and like Hallie Mae, who's played with Eric before. You know, probably her. She's a country singer.
Man, my apologies.
Yeah, we want to mix it up and do like an afternoon of like pop and rap, kind of like hip hop and pop day.
Cool.
So we'd probably like do it. If you came out, we'd do like kind of upbeat family. Maybe not family friendly.
Yeah.
Censored, but all right, Jordan can have his own day. This is the 11 p.m. crowd.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, whatever. After party.
There we go.
That's right. There we go. But we want to break it up and have like the country folk day on one night, and then do like a pop rock kind of day on another, like Sunday afternoon. Do like the family friendly vibe, like with us and a few bands, and then do like the evening of like kind of that like country crowd.
Oh, that's very cool, dog. Yeah. What's your ideal? I'm gonna also fix the lighting here because the lights are going off.
No worries at all.
Oh, that will. It won't look as good as before, but not bad.
I just got these LED bars that like are chargeable. They're so we use them a lot in the video. The kids were like swinging them around in the Need Someone video and stuff.
Oh, that one was sick, bro. And that's the other thing. Your video quality is so insane.
And that was shot by like elementary girls. There was one grade 9 girl, but like the other kids were like grade 6, grade 5. Like,
damn,
isn't that crazy? Yeah.
I mean, bro. I mean, they got a good leader,
I think
bro.
I shot 2 or 3 shots in the whole video. I think so.
Damn,
because I was in the video, so
word, yeah, obviously.
It wasn't just tripods the whole time. Bro. And then near the end of the last day, they're like, "Can we do this handheld?" I'm like, "Hell yeah! Like, let's go for it." You know,
yeah,
so
these lights. We're gonna figure out the lighting someday. A question I was gonna ask you too is, what's your ideal set time? What do you like the most?
Oh man, we can do an hour, easily do an hour, but like in this kind of heat, I would not want to do an hour. Yeah, we're doing 45 at Taste at 1:15 this Friday. Come through downtown Churchill Square if you're in Edmonton. And then Eric Kane's right after us, and Tia G's at 12 before us. So he's on at 2:30. Ideally, like it actually is. It depends on the venue. If it's indoor, like Union Hall or something like that, like we played Union for raw artists. I love like 25 minutes because like you can leave people like this. Like you can put so much energy into the set, like 25, 30 minutes where like people are like picking up their lives. They're just like, what happened, right?
Fact.
Bring the rebounder on stage and jump around, like whatever. I've learned like pretty late in the game to rent a wireless pack for my bass because I love just like running around, and I'd always like try to do that and feel so limited. Like we were at U of A last fall for their like Week of Welcome show. We played the main stage, and I knocked my bass over. Like I have a hip hop song called Energy Vampires, and I knocked the bass over and stuff, and like it was because of the cable. I tripped over it.
Damn,
I'm never doing that again.
You live and you live, you know, and that's what's cool about, especially man, you guys be putting in work on that stage, you know, and it's interesting to see how people develop their shows over time.
And I got to note the reason you said pop music. Looping back to that. Want to finish what you were saying?
No.
Okay, so earlier on when you said why are you doing pop music? Okay, so I used to be in like a pop punk hardcore band back in the day and after high school. But the thing I realized is that like it's basically me and my wife in the band, and then we hire our buddy Daniel to play with us, and then maybe we'll have backup vocalists. Sometimes we'll get like Ava Nevea or some friends to sing with us, or Daniel's sister. But the thing I love about pop music is efficiency. You guaranteed have a click track to like rehearse. You guaranteed probably produce the track in the studio, so you have the track done. I can rehearse at any time of the day. Chelsea doesn't need me to rehearse. She can just rip on, like she'll be like finishing with her clients online. My wife Chelsea, she can literally just like I'll give her the set list. I'll send her the PDF or like the Google file of the folder, TV mixes or whatever. She just plays through that. I don't need to be there. I could be taking the kids down to the lake or to the pool. And like we do obviously jam together, but it's so seldomly that like we get so good because we were spending hours on our own rehearsing, and not saying we're amazing, but like we spend so much time like thinking through the songs, thinking about what to do. Like when I'm in the car, I listen to my music a lot. Probably half the time I'm in the car, I listen to Wiesinger. When I'm cleaning, I listen to the record. So like I've like become those songs where it's like, even the rap that you wrote and you recorded with us, I like, when your life got crazier with your mom and stuff, I knew you wouldn't be able to come to shows to sing every time just to like pop up for 5 minutes or whatever, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna have to learn this rap. But like imagine how many 100 times I just sang that in the car, and I'm like, I don't know how to rap, but like out of necessity I just figured it out. And then I actually started writing hip hop songs because I liked it. I'm like, I like how you can like put so many ideas into a short, like we have a 2-minute song with 3 verses, 2 choruses called Energy Vampires about negative people. And like, it's amazing how much you can say in a hip hop song.
That's a good point too. It hasn't come out yet. I'm doing it as another push.
And if you're angry, it doesn't sound angry,
That's a good point too. Cause I'm like,
honestly, like, I'm one of the angriest people. Like not like, but like internally, like
Word.
the reason I create is I'm so dissatisfied with the way the world is. I just hope that I can like something that I say, whether it's like the angry thought, is like transmuted in a good way, a healthy way through a song. Like I literally like wrestle with like not anxiety, but like just such an uneasy tension with how the world is, and that we're like every day it feels like we're on the brink of like calamity. You know, it's like oh like so and so almost got shot. Oh so it's just like oh Biden's dead. Oh he's not. Oh wait they faked his signature. Like all this like I'm like what the hell? Like it feels like we're in the Truman Show, which we probably are, and it's just like
bro.
oh I don't know. So my dissatisfaction is turned into anger and my like if I didn't have art, if I didn't have music, I would be like in jail or something because I'm just like such a freaking angry person in the sense of like bottled up things I need to let out through my soul in a healthy way.
Yeah,
you know, like not just like I get upset with the kids and like I've had the odd like bluffs and stuff with the wife. Like even like earlier today, I'm like pick up the check, please. Like, I'll remind you, didn't get the check, and I'm like, babe, like, come on. But like, I don't like have crazy outbursts all the time. But like, I hope that like music is a way for me to like express myself. That's an outburst of hope, or like an outburst of like transmuting that anger in a way that's like relevant but also hopeful, right? So,
word.
I can't get this right now.
Oh,
no, it's okay.
Man, you said some bars, bro, and this is why I like catching up on the podcast too, because you say some things, and then it's like I can go back and I can listen through them again, and because that's interesting. Because you say, you know, you say you got this anger inside you, and you know that's where you create from, and
or like even like trauma that's like maybe parts of it's undealt with
so I guess you mean just like strong
like
emotions,
strong emotions, you know, like.
And that even leads on to the part you were saying earlier about the songwriting, where you're talking about it being authentic and like true in the moment to yourself, where it comes. Damn, because I often find that it's as a songwriter, it's hard to write happy songs.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's like that's the stuff that always seems to come out, and I'm a pretty
really
happy
hard.
guy. You know, I'm a pretty optimistic dude. But when it comes to sit down to write something that's like lighthearted, and I'm just like, without it sounding like cheesy, I'm like, that's why I love Michael Bublé. His songs are as cheese can get, cheesy, you know, but it's authentic, you know, and that's why I love it. That's like, this guy cheesy is almost like one Bublé
kind of song called Soft Pillow, but like I had to throw some kind of like my own's been like sometimes you got to go through hell to meet an angel. It's like it's real, but it's like. But the whole chorus is bouncy piano. Life's hard, but I got my friends. It's just like bouncy piano, Bublé vibes. But like saying kind of like happy, sad songs, right? It's like, you know, life is hard, but like let's be happy. You know?
Yeah, see, that's
you got to scrape the joy out of it somehow. So
because even the next project I'm working on after the Olympus stuff is over, called Mr. J and the Heartbroken Homies, and the whole idea of it is sad dance music. Because I wanted to make dance music and like almost more popular stuff, but I was like, man, I can't make like joyous music, you know. I mean, I literally have a song called "Sending Positive Vibes," but the song is like a churchy, deep, soulful track. It's not necessarily, you know, this. Anyways, I was just it's crazy how difficult it is. So I find it so interesting when people are able to make that like positive. It's just because I'm like, bro, that's who I am, but that's just not what I can make. You know, I struggle to not have that like darker edge of the music into things. And maybe it's the hip hop side. Maybe that, you know, there's not a whole bunch of pop like.
Yeah, like our first record was very like poppy and like happy and like love songs. I just got married and then, but it was kind of like the way I kind of find my music taste is like just got married, on top of the world, COVID 3 weeks later starts. It's like, what? So like there was actually a lot of anxiety like recently of that. It's just like, you know, newly married, newly stepfather of 2 elementary girls, like preschool, like grade 2, going into grade 2, mortgage, you know, new pets, all these stresses, you know, bills and everything, moving to like an hour out of the city for the first time in my entire life. And then COVID goes down. And I'm just like, I kind of got into music again, like after doing video for a long time, to literally just like have some like like the trauma I was feeling. I felt like your childhood just like flashes before your eyes, and I had to do something creative to not like want to kill myself. Like I was like so happy. Don't get me wrong, like being married and everything, but like literally the stresses of like I couldn't even think about it. I had to have some kind of escape, basically, because
Man,
it was just so much.
those are
It
some
was so much,
big
right?
moves,
Yeah.
and then for the world to fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, like being
Holy.
able to be home with my honey for months and months and with the kids getting to know them was awesome. But like I had to escape to like crypto and songwriting because like I needed to process what was happening in the world in like a healthy way because I didn't want to blow up at them, you know, or like more than I already have at times. And it was just a lot of crazy new life change, right? COVID, I
Oh,
mean, like wrecked a lot of people alone, you
yeah,
know, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so
And then this new,
music was kind of just like a way to like be like this might work, this might help me kind of cope, and it might like it might get me through lots of this craziness.
damn. And would you say that it did?
Yeah, totally. And I guess like yeah, I mean I don't know where I'd be at like because I quit my job like a year into COVID in early 2022 at a big church in Mill Woods, and I lost countless money in crypto that summer when I like was like so sure we had a safety net and cushion. And I was like, I'm doing music full time because I've got the safety net. And then the safety net was pulled out from under me. And now I'm like, now I've really got to make this happen, at least
Oh,
for a while. So yeah, music has been a really big thing. And also like realizing that like, every soul has a melody to let out. But if you don't let it out, you like I've heard this term that depression is deep rest regression, where like you're not moving back, you're not moving forward, like you're literally allowing your body time to die. Basically, like you're literally like allowing like you're being like I'm present, but I am so focused on what I don't have or what I don't want or what I don't need, what I I'm so focused on what I my lacking
yeah,
that like you just start to shrivel away. And like depression is like you want to like you will yourself dead basically. So I just never want to be in
damn.
that space of idleness, like
Yeah,
I would rather learn, and this sounds terrible, but like I would rather learn a hard lesson a couple of times in action
yeah,
than like just no action, right?
yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
thing. And that's like sucks. But like
It
I'm
sucks,
a
but
I'm a
it
slow learner at times.
is.
My wife's like, maybe God's trying to teach you about like, not taking things personally. And it's like I don't know. I struggle with that. It's like they didn't call me back, whatever. But
Of course,
and you're
of
like, they
course.
don't like me, and like it's not actually maybe they're just busy or something happened or whatever. So I try not to take things personally, but it's hard, when
Of
you
course,
when
of
you're a
course.
lead singer of a band, you take everything
Of
personally.
course. Just being an
Just
artist
being the artist.
of any regard,
Yeah,
it's wild. I think
yeah,
we just well, I think that's what makes
yeah,
artists is that some kind of sensibility, like we're sensitive to
yeah.
some degree.
Hmm.
But I also think it's the superpower.
Yeah,
If
like
you
I kind of feel like for me, like my song is like it would have been an expensive hospital bill if that song didn't come out. Basically, or like it's like that's my therapy. Like I actually, this is kind of crazy, but I like my brother's a psychologist. He's registered. He graduated and got his whatever his paperwork. But we
it's
talked about
paperwork.
psychology, and I've seen I'm on medication for bipolar or whatever. But that's another whole podcast about
Yeah, we
mental
could.
illness and stuff. Like the record that you're featured on is all about mental health and helping people through hard times and stuff. So, but
Powerful.
that the hard time was my hard time during COVID. It was like maybe people can relate because I'm like going through the ringer, right? Maybe I
Yeah.
was doing better than most, but I'm like, what if people are doing a lot worse than I am? I got to like give them some encouragement, right? So that's kind of what the record was about. But what was I going to say?
I talk about
Oh,
your brother.
I think like though I'm on a little bit of medication, it kind of just helps me sleep. Like the ability to create art is like basically that is like it's my illness expressed in a healthy way. Whether it's kind of like
Word.
my mania is like being released in like little bursts kind of throughout the week or the month or whatever, where I never go so high I can't come down. Like I don't get depressed, but I just get like so elated I can't come down, naturally kind of thing. So it's
Word.
kind of like having these little mini victories of like a song's out and like ride that wave for a bit and then like, okay, I gotta get back to real life. Oh, another song's coming out. Having like a little bit of that like creative insanity is what keeps me going. It keeps me stable actually. So
What? And
yeah.
so, damn, that is a wild. So, when it comes to releasing music, how do you feel? Like, so how do you feel the day of the tracks dropping that night? What do you feel?
Oh, it feels like a funeral sometimes. I actually like the opposite of excited.
Then that's why I ask. Yeah. It's like a weird for people who
weird.
Don't put out. It's different, maybe putting out your very first song.
Because then you're thinking about like, oh, if I don't like market the heck out of this and pay money for whatever to promote it, PR or whatever, playlisting stuff, like no one's gonna give a shit because there's so much stuff coming out every day.
So much.
So it's like it's exciting but also terrifying.
Yeah, that's such a good because there's something to be said about like the very first time when you put out a track. To me, anyways, the years ago, I remember it's Bounce, and I remember the first time it was on the radio. I remember the first time it was on Spotify. That was when Spotify was still new. It's like, what the fuck is this? The streaming platform. Right. It's like, and I figured out how to upload. Now it's easy to upload to everything and whatnot. But I remember the excitement of that first song coming out, and it's just has never felt the same. Yeah, because because I feel like you learn all of the stuff. It's like, okay, well, actually, the song.
You just kind of realize how much like the work has just started. It's like
the song,
you're like you get the song, you're like, oh, did I go through my to-do list? Like, oh shit, did I even look at the to-do list? Like, like you're just like, I should be doing all this stuff, or I could just upload the song.
And that's what it is too. And that's what it is too, because it's such a. People, I know I've talked about it tons on the podcast, especially with other artists and stuff, but there's so much. You can always be doing more, as an artist, you can always
And I wrote a love song / diss track on my new EP called Pre-Save My Song. It's like, I have to show you. It's like, it's like kind of this like really fast beat, like hyper pop rap kind of hip hop song. It's like, I can't tell if I can spot a lie when you went and said that you just saved my song on Spotify. I don't know if it's the do or die. Making content daily, hoping that it catch the label's eye. Please the algo, I go viral. So you let it, the link up in my bio. Got 100 monthly listeners in the dial. All my friends too busy, they be spinning Harry Styles. Man, that's real.
That's bad, bro. That's too real.
That's too real. That's too real. And then the chorus is like, pre-save my song. Please sing along. Please share, pretend that you listen to all of my songs. It's just like such a like. I'm like, can't we just laugh at ourselves a bit? Because honestly, like, I'm so sick of sharing these pre-save links. It's like it's just like lots of the time, that's half the content artists make. Yeah, it's like, oh, have you found the new song yet? Oh, please pre-save my new song. I'm like, you just had a pre-save link like 2 weeks ago, bro. Like, chill, man. Like, find a new way. Like, and that's. I do it sometimes. I'll click on the link, but I'm like, I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not entertained by your typed out pre-save link. I'm not like. I don't get a sample of the song. Like, just drop the song. Yeah. We'll decide if it's worth pre-saving after it's out.
Yeah, like, for sure, bro.
Can I post-save your song? Or like, is there an unlike button for your song? Or what? Like, imagine if Spotify had had like a plus and like YouTube used to has a down, like a thumbs down button. Imagine how that would trigger artists.
Oh, bro, people couldn't handle it.
Oh my gosh. Or if you could like leave a comment on a song, like they totally should. Why is the Spotify like a social media platform? Like you don't even know who's following you, right? Like we made fun of that too in the song. It's like who even follows? Like I don't even know. Like there's 500 people, or whatever. Like who even knows who they are? There's no way to like connect with the fans directly.
I've never thought about that. You never get the.
You never know.
Yeah, you know.
Or how to target them from
California
Spotify
or something.
Yeah,
that's it. That's. See,
you'll know the amount, but you don't know who in California is spinning you, right?
And this is what
I like any engagement. Like, if they like your song, how can they tell you other than like maybe like a DM on Instagram? But like that doesn't translate to Spotify. It's like wait, who are you? Like, where did you? You have to like inquire.
That's fascinating because I know they just like dog. I'm telling you, last week when I uploaded my podcast, Spotify just updated so that you can comment on podcasts.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So that's so maybe they.
But like, imagine how engaging that would be as a songwriter to know like. Even if I got hate, I would love hate. Like, give me some kind of interaction, Like, but Spotify is like, oh, I got my song saved by like, for all I know, it's a bot or a stranger. I don't even know if they're a real person. But if you had like, honestly, if you had a song with 500 streams and like 200 comments and then somebody else has like a song with 1 million streams and 20 comments, I'd be like, damn, that guy's killing it with the 500 streams because like people believe in his stuff, right? Yeah. But there's no way, like I wish that was a thing.
Damn, that is such a good point, bro, that I never, and this is
because that would give me like breath to keep going. Like, man, like when you're having a hard day, someone's like, man, I was gonna kill myself, but your song really touched me. Like that would be for like to get like low spins on to get not many spins release day or week, but like get a comment like that, I'd be like, that's why we do this stuff, right?
It's so true, and that's always the thing that keeps me going. It's just like you get an odd DM, you haven't been over 200 monthly listeners in fucking 6 weeks, and then someone DMs, man, I just went through your discography, it changed my life, or this song, man, this is the best one. And it's just like,
note to self, if you aren't an artist but you support artists, like do that kind of stuff. Even if you're scared to, like that means more than like 1 million streams for guys like you and me, right? So
even the simplest of I like that track. Or I like the drums.
Anything more than a thumbs up or a share or whatever. It's like any sort of interaction is like gold. We're just sitting. He's sitting right here, just waiting for somebody to drop some comment bars. Like
I don't know if this is something you do, but this is something I do.
Yeah.
Anytime. You know what? I might have to do a counter of how many times I had to turn the lights back on.
Yeah, we gotta have a clicker in the corner. It's gonna add like 8 hours to your editing time. It's like the closest guest wins a prize. Gets a free H2O bottle sponsored by
this will be huge,
and
but anytime, I know this is weird, but anytime someone says like, I just heard your track, Warrior, or any track, it can be any track.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I love that track. I will instantly go and listen to that track.
Oh, sick.
And from like I'm like, yeah, I did kill this,
Yes, that's so. I do the same thing for sure.
And it's the only time I'll listen to my songs like that from that like super, as opposed to coming it from like, I should have did this better. I should have enunciated this, or I could have edited that. It's the only time I'll listen to a track and be like, I did fucking kill this.
And lately I've had a few emails, like it's actually happened quite a bit, but like, PR agencies, like, oh, we're like Rise LA or whatever, but like when they say like specifically, we love that sitcom track that slaps, we're like, what? Like, it makes me feel like they actually cared to listen to it, right? Or
100%.
Like, but they bring out like what brought you to whatever. Obviously you want me to spend money on your platform promoting stuff, but like, I appreciate if you're going to do that. I'm more interested to look into your site if you're like, we legit found you because of the song because it rocks. It's like, that's awesome, right?
It's night and day difference, to feel actually heard and understood as an artist.
And honestly, I'm waiting for somebody to hear pre-save and be like, dog, like come on, because like I think so many artists, well, not many have heard it. I didn't promote it very much, but like. I think a lot of people have heard it and they've been like, "Oh, that hits too hard.
This is too real, bro.
This is too real, bro. This is too real." Like that was a song I was kind of scared to release because it's so like tongue in cheek and silly, but it's like somebody had to do it, like it might maybe not is before its time kind of thing, but like I think it's gonna have some legs and life eventually. But I'm like, we're doing it at Taste this weekend.
Oh, sick,
but
bro.
I mean, like it just makes I'm making fun of myself. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody else or anything, but it's like
so relatable.
This is so relatable, even to like being on the like. The marketing end of being a consumer, right? It's like I'm on a songwriter, but like, damn, I get a lot of like my whole whatever feed on Instagram is like story swipe, pre-save my song, ads, pre-save my song. It's like shit. Like, what am I here for? I thought I was here for photography, man. Like,
oh yeah, that was a long time.
I know
we blacked out.
But it feels like we're in like it's just like pre-save gram app now. That's all it is.
It's so true.
Have a cool photo of you at like. Band Flake and then be like pre-save my song comes out in 5 days. It's like I don't care.
So true, bro. It's so
I don't care, man. Like sorry, not putting the word like you can have the prettiest fucking mountain in the background. I don't give two shits about your pre-save. Like I want to hear the song. Just drop the song.
That's every.
It's not going to help you. And then they even say, "Oh, it's going to really help me out if you do." No, it's not. Doing that is not helping anyone out. It's not.
It's gonna make me cry.
It's not helping the artist out because they're like begging people like I can put sun lotion on my child if you pre-save my like no. Sorry.
I love the specifics of the Banff because dog, I just like there was several
I don't care how
artists
far
I
you
thought-
drive. Like there was a weekend where there's like 8 people in the mountains. Please save my song, bro. I'm like, no.
They all carpooled down there together.
Write a
bro.
good song and I'll hear it when it's out.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. That's so funny, dog.
I might have hit too close to home, but I won't stop there.
That killed me, bro. So what do you? So you got that? We're already going on close to an hour.
Oh, we're probably moving here.
These podcasts.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. But it's because I only ever
It's a
talk
lot
with
of fun,
people
though.
that
I don't get to talk about this kind of stuff very regularly. I dropped an F-bomb.
Yeah,
At least it's near the end, though.
Yeah, more people can.
They can, yeah. We'll tone this down. He's obviously needs some medication here.
That's so funny, bro.
Yeah.
It's but this is why I only bring certain people on. There's been a bunch of people reach out, and I'm just like, I don't know if we could have a conversation, like like we're having a conversation, but the time
I'm
is
not trying to
flying.
censor myself at all. Like this is how I would normally talk to like my wife, which is sad because she's an edgy person. But you know.
So how's that too? Being in a band with your wife, because she slays the drums.
Well, I mean, we have 2 kids like from her previous marriage, so they're just turned 9 and almost 12, 2 girls. So, but the sick thing I should mention before we wrap this up is Benya's our oldest kid starting to get into music a bit.
Cool.
And this is gonna make you laugh. So I actually let her sing a couple of songs, some of the female collab songs on my records.
Cool.
We did a few small shows like at a church in Westlock and at this little place in Fort Assiniboine. It's an amazing bistro place and called Gems Cafe, like meat platters and stuff, like carnivore platters, crazy food, like chef quality. But like she just like I wanted to really see like I think the best thing as a parent to do if you're an artist is like exemplify what you would want them to be excited about. Like maybe like don't make them excited about what you're excited about, but if you're excited about what you're excited about, the chances are like it's gonna translate to them, right? So like I'm not telling Fenya you have to be a singer. Like I've teased it like, hey, would you want my friend Steph to do some voice lessons? And you know maybe, but like when she sees like when you're authentically excited about what you're making, and like I'll show her a song and I'm so excited, and she's just like, oh, it's really cool. But when I dropped this song I brought back from Conch called Sitcom that I helped co-produce with Drew Shaka from FKB. He's in Nashville now, but he's a Bonnieville, Edmonton kid. He's an awesome song. It was so good. I got a great mustache. He inspired me to have a subpar mustache. He's got an amazing, like a 10-year in the making mustache. And we've only produced on Zoom. We've done 4 tracks together over Zoom completely.
Damn,
never being in the same room.
That's a crazy way to make music.
Yeah, I even did vocals for Doom Scroller over Zoom from my living room and sent them to him.
Oh my god,
but that was a first for sure, but it was fun.
But you're talking about the vibe.
But yeah, I think for having kids, I mean, like you can worry about like, am I giving them enough attention? Obviously, there's that. You don't want to be like living in neglect with your kids,
Right.
But like I think including them to the point where like maybe they gain some kind of interest in what you're doing. Like Benya started singing with us because I just wanted to throw her into it, and she's got a really good voice. But she did a talent show like a month ago at the end of the year, and she wanted to do a Connor Price song. I'm like, whoa, because I listen to that lots because it's positive hip hop music or whatever, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, and he dropped bars like she did. I'm like, would you just do a verse, sweetie? Like it's that up one. I was down, but now I'm up.
Damn, a banger.
And like she rapped, like I would come downstairs and I have some TikTok videos. I'm like she's facing away, but I'm like filming her, like, and I'm just like, yes. Like, I didn't post them, but I'm like, I posted one, I think, and tagged Connor. But I'm like, that is why I do this. Is like to be an uninspired parent could be the worst kind of trauma for your kids. Like, I think the reason I experienced a lot of trauma as a kid is like I just lived in a really uninspired home, and not to put any. I love my parents to death, but like not having any enthusiasm in the home other than like anger and fighting was like one of the worst things you can do for your kids. So even if things aren't always like 100% stable, but there's like movement and excitement and like passion, that's what I want like my stepkids to grow up around, is like excitement and enthusiasm and zeal and like like just that like overdoing it excitement for life. If that rubs off on them in a way, that's why she got up in front of 300 kids and sang an entire Connor, and she killed it.
That's wild.
Like I have to send you the video, but she crushed it, and I'm like, that kid is freaking 11 years old. I'm like, like, honey, you can do any song. You don't have to do a like. I was trying to almost not talk her down, but I'm like, let's be realistic here.
Whoa.
And like that is why, like, honestly, that's been the biggest success for me as an artist is like seeing that, like, even if a bit of that rubs off on the kids, that's enough success. Better than a million streams, better than a worldwide tour. Is like seeing, the kids that I'm helping raise, that God's entrusted me with to raise and help raise, seeing that they have an excitement for life and they're willing to take risks, so.
Oh my God, bro. Huge.
Isn't that crazy?
I couldn't even imagine what that must feel like. It's like
if she's starting with Connor Price at 11, like, man, like my ceiling is her freaking floor.
Where, bro? That's so cool.
Because they don't know what like their only limit is like what they think their parents are limited by, and I don't think I'm limited by anything most of the time.
Bro. Damn right, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, how incredible! And that's what we love, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole thing is better art and healthier people change the world, and that's just. I think people do such a. Maybe disservice is the word for art.
That's the word I was thinking in my head.
It's just like they undervalued this thing of creation and because it can be creation, it can be play, it can be all those things. Totally. That's why art is so.
And for me, it's so interchangeable. Is like I just really didn't want to grow up. Like I literally didn't buy into the whole grown up vibe. I wrote a book about it called The Childlike Heist. It's about basically being grown up. Have you heard it?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but like being grown up is optional. I finally fumbled upon that realization, in my early 20s. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I don't have to be labeled a grown up or live into that like world of like the 40, work for 40 years to hate your life and not be able to afford being in misery, retiring for 40 years, whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Any of that kind of crap. But I mean, like, the biggest risk I think that we face in Canada or the world right now is like with all this inflation. I'm not going to get political. I hate politics. But what I love though is like people doing crazy stuff that helps make people's lives better. Like in the dream world, I would love to make a song that like somehow has a means to help alleviate poverty or things like that.
Oh,
that would
damn,
be really
bro.
Cool. But actually do shit, not just like talk about it.
Because I even know. Now, this fact could be a little bit miscued, but from my understanding, Bob Marley wrote a song, No Woman, No Cry.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows that song by Bob Marley, but he gave it to, was it the record? There was a poor man in Jamaica, and he essentially gave all of the rights,
the royalties
to this one dude, and this dude was able to change his life because of that one song,
And that's the thing is that keeps me going. Part of it is like you don't know, like if you don't keep going, you don't get to find out what you missed out on, So it's like it's kind of like that diagram of the guy mining for gold, and he's like a millimeter of between him and the gold mine of the main vein of the gold chain, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I have just enough belief in myself, or maybe not just enough. I have more than enough belief in myself to find out what's on the other side of failure.
That's what it is.
And it is the other side of failure because you have to fail over and over, and you're just like, is there any chance of hope of whatever? And like, but if you stop shooting, you're like you don't.
And that's it. And this is why you're one of my favorite person to just be with and talk because you're trying shit. So many.
We have to have a clicker. My guess is 85.
It has because every time it's 2, bro. It's not even 1 anymore.
Maybe it's just like let's wrap this up, guys. All right, let's wrap this up. That's like, bro, the producers in the background like, hey guys.
Because I'm like, bro, it's never been this bad.
Never been this bad.
I was like, damn, I get new lights, dog.
Yeah. We got to say something really motivational in the darkness. Get really quiet and slow and like.
Bring on an actual mic, start performing, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You should do that. When you have like drop us like do a live song. That'd be funny.
That would be cool.
Yeah. No, we don't do it today.
Yeah. We can't get the lights to work.
Like share your art in an appropriate way for 1 to 2 minutes. Whoa! I don't want to see that. That's good. That's all good. What did you do on TikTok? No, never mind. Nothing at all.
Nothing, dog.
You have a for what page? Okay. Yeah. Only friends, not only fans. Okay.
Only friends, not only friends, bro. That's gotta be on a T-shirt or something, dog.
That would be. That would be a sick Wiesinger shirt,
bro. That
might be our next merch line.
Only friends, not only fans.
That would be so sick.
That's so
babe.
funny.
If you're watching this, she'll watch it tomorrow. Babe, we got only friends, not only fans. Oh, that's good.
That's a bar, bro.
That
bar.
Can go viral. We're gonna make a song with her with that. That's so funny.
That's a bar. That's a bar right there, dog. That can't.
That's got to be taken already. No, like when I was like trying to like research I'm like, this has got to be an idea, like really well. And it wasn't really well done.
See, but that's the thing too. That's the thing. It's like, because sometimes like that was such a good idea.
The joke is like the song is called "Pre-Save My Song."
Yeah.
I'm not asking anybody to pre-save that song, but everybody is like, "What? It's so weird because I can't pre-save it." But the song is called "Pre-Save My Song."
Irony of that.
The irony of that is like in 100 years they'll be like, "Whoa, this guy was way ahead of his time."
They'll be going over your discography like a Kendrick Lamar thing.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, look at this guy.
He was dissing the entire music industry at once.
It's like,
and himself.
And it's a pop track. How beautiful. This guy was a mastermind, you know? They're going to be studying you at McEwen, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at what this guy did. That's so funny, bro.
Nobody gave a shit about him when he was alive. But when he was that mother fluffer, when he was dead, boy, books were written about his bars.
Hey, bro, whenever it comes.
Yeah. But that's the thing too, is like my prayer and hope for for you, me, and our friends is that I hope you have the long game mindset that like you want your art to outlive yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like I want my art to outlive this year. I want my songs to, outlive next week or whatever. I want to leave something behind. That's the only way we live forever is if we release our soul in a way that's recorded for the world. I'm not saying you have to be a singer, but like if you don't paint, if you don't film, if you don't write, if you don't create the business or whatever, if you don't blow the bubbles into the thing and freeze them, like whatever it is, if you don't do that, your art, like your soul, what God put inside of you to release, if that isn't let out, you didn't even start living when you were alive, right? So
bars, bro. Bars. Honestly, I don't think there's a better way to wrap that up than that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. That was sick, dog. You dropped some gems on this podcast today and this is why it's always cool and collaboration's cool because you get to, I think as artists, we sit a lot of times by ourselves to make our art, because it's our escapism too, it's like, okay, I get to be by myself. I can get my thoughts out, whatever you're doing to make the art, but it's like a cool thing, especially you said about collaboration is I still like to make a lot of my art by myself, but there's something special about making that art with somebody else because when the collaboration is done, I think ideally you're able to get that like call and response from each other's souls and you guys are able to do something, it's that simple, that cliche of 1 + 1 is 3.
Well, even like when I sent you that open verse for Need Someone that came out over a year, like my most streamed song ever on anything by a long shot.
Oh, that track
and
is
like
sick,
it organically just went crazy. And I'm like, I did a bit of promo and I'm like, I don't know where the 90% of people listening are on my profile are coming from. I'm like, that's what you want to know. It's like, how do I like know? Because it slowly died down. I'm like, this is crazy. Like 20, 30, 40,000 streams in like a month. For months. It was crazy.
Great track.
But, anyways, but that is like, I wouldn't have known how far the song could have been taken emotionally if I didn't have your soul in that, right? Like, because that wraps up the whole thing to hype it up so much more. And I had the sensitivity to know it wasn't finished yet, and I couldn't do it justice finishing it, per se. So like,
and that's a huge thing as an artist too.
Yeah, I've released all of my soul, but to have somebody else's, even a partial release is gonna make it like compounded greatness, So when two or more gathered in bars, he is with us. In creative.
But like, yes,
but like truly though,
absolutely,
it's biblical, but it's also beautiful, right?
Oh, absolutely. Because there's is it Dre who said it? I can't remember which hip hop icon, but it's like no matter who's in the room, you got to leave a little bit of room for magic. You got to leave that little bit of extra room for the unspeakable.
You gotta leave, like the one I sent you today, Onomatopoeia. I left all this room, and I'm like, and I was I actually was trying to record. I had some bars written, and I'm like, I can't bring to the. I just knew I couldn't do it, but I'm like, I bet like I would sit on it a bit and think about it, but I'm like, no, that song needs that extra push to be like, I need somebody else sharing their love letter to the artist out there, So yeah.
I can't wait to take a
no pressure at all.
No pressure. Yeah, that was it.
That's a wrap. We're done. Okay.
I was like, oh shoot.
Okay, we can wrap it up for the guys. They've been very patient with us.
Yeah, thank you for dealing with the lights. Also, thank you for dealing with the lights, bro.
No worries.
Damn,
man.
I'm telling you, they haven't been this bad.
Oh, shoot. I should have brought you some lights. You don't need a water bottle. Damn.
They've been doing good for you for so long.
Yeah, it's okay.
But thanks for coming through, bro. This was so much fun. We'll have to have you on again. I mean,
please buy his vinyl so we can get his mom healthy and buy some damn lights.
Yeah, bro.
Way after the fact. After his mom is doing incredibly better.
Once she's better, we'll buy some lights. Then you'll be the
best
first
pitch I could possibly make right now.
I appreciate it. Well, make sure I'll make sure to tag all your stuff in the video description.
Sure. Yeah.
I know you got a bunch of stuff all over.
Yeah, the
place.
best spot is honestly Wiesingermusic.com.
Oh, beautiful.
That's where you would
place. Like to direct everyone. Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent, bro.
And I guess we're gonna have to make the shirt. Maybe you have to say that in the bars. Can you incorporate that in the friends?
In the track.
Like you have to now. At the very end, you slow it down. Like it's like, yeah, we're only friends, not only fans.
That's hilarious, bro. Play up to it.
Play up to that, and then slow it right down.
So pointed out.
Yeah,
I love it, dog.
I mean, the song's not about that, but you can make it work.
I'll find a way. That's another thing with rap. You can kind of slay.
You don't have to say anything. Like you can be as vague, as wide or as narrow as you want, right?
And that's why art's beautiful too.
Yeah. I don't know how Eminem added the Hawk Tua at the end of this promo. I'm like, he did not have to do that.
I was like, genius. I don't know. Somehow this is so on brand.
She just made $1 billion from that.
That girl, good for her. I mean,
that's a wrap. Yeah, that's a wrap.
Is there anything you want to tell the people before we go, bro?
No. Well, if you're around Churchill Square this weekend, the last I believe full day is Friday or Saturday.
Damn.
Maybe it's Saturday, but yeah, Saturday's the last day. But my friends are playing. We're playing at 1:15 this weekend, Friday at Churchill Square.
Beautiful.
It's going to be a sick 45-minute set.
Woo!
And you may even pop by.
I might even pop by.
Bars, maybe.
Yeah, everything's cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Please keep Jordan's mom and family in your prayers.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And let's get him our 3,000 vinyls sold before end of
August. 3,000 would be fantastic, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all, bro. Go stream all the music. Go check out his YouTube.
Please, thank you.
Links in the description, y'all. Thank you for checking this out. This has been A Moment with Jay. Woo!
Word.
Excellent.